In a small village, nestled between tall hills and dense forest, there lived a rainmaker. He was a man known for his ability to call upon the rains whenever the land grew dry. His powers kept the village alive, for without rain, the crops would wither, and the people would starve. The rainmaker had a daughter named Adoma. She was known for her beauty, but what people spoke of more was her kindness. Adoma always wore a gentle smile, and though many sought her attention, she remained humble and gracious. There was a young man in the village named Kwame. He was not rich or powerful, nor did he possess any extraordinary abilities like the rainmaker. What Kwame did have, however, was a heart full of goodness. He worked hard every day in the fields, helping his mother and taking care of his younger siblings. His hands were rough and callous from labor, but he never complained. Though his life was simple, his spirit shone bright. Kwame had long admired Adoma from afar. He knew that someone like him could never hope to win her heart, for she was the daughter of the most respected man in the village. Still, whenever he saw her smile or heard her laughter, it brought warmth to his heart. One year, the rain stopped coming. The skies remained empty, and the sun beat down on the land with relentless heat. The once green fields turned brown, and the crops began to dry up. The people grew anxious and turned to the rainmaker, begging him to bring the rain as he always had. The rainmaker tried, but for the first time in his life, his powers failed him. No matter how hard he called upon the skies, the rains would not come. As the days passed and the drought continued, the rainmaker grew weaker. His body, once strong and proud, became frail. He had poured all his strength into trying to bring the rain, but the skies remained clear. The village sank into despair, for without rain, they knew they would soon face hunger. One evening, as the sun began to set and the air cooled just a little, Kwame came across Adoma by the riverbank. She sat alone, her face heavy with sadness. The weight of her father's struggle and the village's suffering had taken a toll on her. For a long time, neither of them spoke. They simply sat in silence, listening to the soft rustle of the wind in the trees. After a while, Adoma opened up. She spoke of her fears, how helpless she felt watching her father grow weaker each day. She spoke of the worry that gripped her heart as she watched the villagers lose hope. Kwame, though not a man of great power, spoke gently. He reminded her that even when everything seems lost, hope can still be found. Sometimes, strength does not come from one person alone but from the unity of many. Adoma listened to his words, and though they did not solve her problems, they brought her a sense of peace. The next morning, with a renewed sense of purpose, Adoma gathered the villagers together. They came together in prayer and song, lifting their voices not only to call for rain but to ask for strength and guidance. Seeing that the people needed more than just prayers, Kwame encouraged the villagers to continue planting seeds in the dry earth, even though there was no rain. He and the children walked the fields while Adoma joined them, her presence offering comfort and hope. For days, the village continued in this way, working together despite the drought. When it seemed they could no longer bear it, dark clouds began to gather on the horizon. Thunder rumbled in the distance, and soon rain began to pour down from the heavens. It soaked the earth, filling the rivers and bringing life back to the crops. The village erupted in celebration, dancing and singing in the rain. Adoma's father recovered, and his strength was restored as the rains nourished the land. The village rejoiced not only for the return of the rain but for the bond that had formed among them. They had learned that true power did not lie in one man alone but in the unity and resilience of the community. As the rains continued to bless the village, Kwame and Adoma grew closer. Though they came from different backgrounds, their love was built on kindness, respect, and the belief that hope can still bloom even in the darkest times.